What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You join me in another episode of Tornado Siren Adventures, and this particular episode is number 9. And funny enough, the last episode, number 8, I did 2 years ago on this exact same siren and all the others in the city of St. Paul. So we're gonna go see how the others are doing, and I'll report back. Alright, here we are at the RSH-10A at the Howard County Medical Building, and you can see it looks like it got polished up from the last time I was here. It's nice and shiny as opposed to rusty like it was 2 years ago when I saw it. So that's nice to see. I've never seen a shiny RSH-10 before. Come to think of it, I don't think I've seen RSH-10s outside of St. Paul, Nebraska, because Sandwich, Illinois, which is near where I live, they replaced all their old sirens, including the Thunderbolt, with 2001s. So now let's go ahead and go on to the next RSH-10 at the school building. Alright, so here we are at the St. Paul Public Schools building. I'm not sure if you can... Okay, there it is. Yeah, I was looking for the name. And over there in the field is the other RSH-10A in town, and that one is still rusty. But I imagine it will probably get polished up in the near future, because they do have some plans for the 1003, which I'll talk about later in the video. Don't worry, it's not going away. It probably never will. It'll be in service for a long time to come. But now let's go check out the 2001 SRN. And here is the 2001 SRN, hidden by a few tree branches, at the intersection of 7th and Davis in St. Paul, Nebraska. It's very interesting how all the tornado sirens in town are pretty close to one another. Not like Toluca close, but this does remind me a lot of Toluca. But at least they're not like full-blown overkill with their coverage like Toluca is. This is my rental car. It's a Cadillac CT4, and let me tell you, it's pretty damn good. It's got plenty of overtaking power, and I was doing quite a bit of overtaking on the country roads because some people like to drive slower than the speed limit. But yeah, it's not a bad car, and it's got a turbocharged 4-cylinder, and this engine just sings when you step on the gas. It is so much fun to drive. I never thought I would say that about a GM vehicle, other than a Corvette, of course. But yeah, and the nice thing about this is, unlike 2022, gas is much cheaper, because at the time I came here in May of 2022, I was paying more per gallon for regular than I was for premium. And this car, it doesn't require premium per se, but it recommends it, so I always put premium in cars that recommend it. But yeah, I paid less per gallon for premium in 2024 than I did for regular in 2022. And that's a reason why I went with the Corolla last time, but this time I wanted something a little more comfortable and has a little more creature comforts. The Corolla did have a lot of creature comforts, but the car had kind of a harsh ride. So I went with a luxury sedan this time, which would have been between this, an Audi A4, and a BMW 3 Series. And this isn't bad. So the nice thing about this parking lot is you can just drive off like so. No steep curb or anything. All right, let's go back to the fire department. All right, here we are once again at the St. Paul Fire Department, and we are going to check out the Thunderbolt 1003. So I have some good news, but I also have some bad news. I'm going to start with the good news because I just want to get it out of the way. The siren is going off today, and I have confirmed that through dispatch as well as the fire chief himself. Really nice guy. In fact, I'd say he's the best fire chief in the US of A. Illinois fire chiefs will never be this cool. But yeah, there's the the Howard County Court building, which I just filmed the elevator in not too long ago. But since this is about tornado sirens and fire sirens, we're going to focus on that. So, right inside the building is the AF timer. I did not see the RCM panels last time, but I will get to this time. So, it looks like the screen, the mesh screen, did come out of place a little bit since last time, but that is an easy fix and that's to be expected. So yeah, the good news, like I've said, is it is going to go off today. The bad news is one of the solenoids, particularly the high tone one, stopped working. 2 years ago it was kind of sort of working, but it was malfunctioning at times, so it didn't always work. There was a bad spot on one of the collector rings, and now it has quit altogether. But I have talked to an enthusiast in St. Paul who has restored a few sirens, including an electronic, and he does have plans to take this down, put the loaner up, and do some maintenance, sort of a maintenance restoration to make this better than it ever was before. Get that solenoid working again. But as it sits, I mean, aside from the pole and the blower, it looks amazing with the paint job. It's holding up nice and well. But yeah, here is the blower box. This is a 4M 3-phase. And there's the standpipe. And to any of you wondering if it's going to fall over, no, it's not. Because it is secured and bolted into the ground, as you can see. But yeah, initially when I came here, I thought the RCM panels would be in this shed, because there are power lines coming out of it. But no, they are in the fire department building, and that makes sense, because the timer's in there. It is possible to have them located in other places, but it's just more complicated. So there's the water tower, which thankfully is blocking out the sun because it is boiling hot today. It's going to be hotter today than it was yesterday. But I am happy to see this, and I am happy to hear that there are plans to make this siren better than it was before, like new. So I'm excited for that, and I'll be happy to come back in the future when that's done. But for right now, I've got some time to kill. There is actually another enthusiast who's coming here to see this, and if we get permission to set it off, what I'm thinking is we'll let dispatch set it off an alternating wheel, and then a couple minutes after, I'll growl it with the test button to see if the solenoids work off the test button, because theoretically the solenoids should flash. I mean, the flasher unit in the RCM3 should be tested with the test button if it's hooked up correctly. If it's not, we will have to set it off with the RCM panels. But yeah, I'll growl it to check that, but also to let people know it's going to go off again. And then the other enthusiast is going to set it off in a 1 minute steady high-low, and I'll make sure that he knows what he's doing, because I'm not sure if he's set off a Thunderbolt before. He has his own Super Banshee, which was at SirenCon this year, but obviously I didn't go to SirenCon, and I'd rather not talk about SirenCon right now because, well, if you know, you know. So I've actually got an hour and 20 minutes to kill before the test. So what I'm gonna do after I'm done filming is I'll just have lunch, and the other enthusiast is going to be here for noon, so we have an hour to spare, and hopefully we can get into the building before 1, and we'll start our BTS recording from inside the building. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to capture the siren going off in the BTS video, because if we're setting it off, we have to stay with the panels. But I'm going to set my camera up over there like I did last time at that crosswalk. And yeah, this is certainly going to be one exciting test, even if one of the solenoids is non-functional. Because hey, I mean, it's not every day that you hear a 1003 doing the fire signal. And in the case of this one, it's not every day that you would hear it doing high-low, if that gets green lighted, that is. So, fingers crossed. I did talk to the fire chief last night, and he said he'll see what he can do for us. And lastly, before I end this video, I just want to give a shout out to that other siren enthusiast. I'll have his link in the description below. Go subscribe to him, check out his channel. His sirens are amazing. He has a 2001 as well as the Super Banshee, like I said earlier. This test would not have been possible without him, because I tried contacting the fire chief last week via voicemail. It went, I mean, as soon as I picked up the phone, it went straight to voicemail, unlike 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I left him a voicemail. He called us back the same day. By us, I mean me and my family. This year, I think he's having issues with his voicemail system or something, but thankfully, the other enthusiast was able to communicate with Mike and confirm that this was going off. So, again, thank you for doing that. But yeah, stay tuned for the test video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Alright, so I kind of snaked you guys. It's not the end of the video quite yet. How could I end it that early? I am here with...
somebody.
Yep. And we got special permission to set this off in high-low. So first what's going to happen is alternating wail is going to happen automatically. It's going to be the
full 3 minutes.
It's going to be the full, I think it's 2.5 minutes, because in my AF timer, the wail cog, it doesn't have as many teeth as the attack cog. So usually if it's a wail cog for the fire, it only does like 2 minutes. But a steady cam would do full 3 minute high-low if the fire button's pressed. So yeah, we're doing, so we're gonna get full alternating wail, and then we're going to do steady high-low for 1 minute. But before that, I'm gonna growl it to make sure that test button's working and to make sure people know it's gonna go off again. So that pretty much concludes this episode of Tornado Siren Adventures episode 9. See y'all in the next one.